So our next person is TIZA BANDA. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have her. I'm so excited. So let's bring her up. Hi, TIZA. I think you're muted. Yes. Hi,
Okay, can you
TIZA.
get me now?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Nice to see you. Thank you so much. So I was like,
Oh,
what
thank you
am
for
I going to
having
talk to
me.
Tiza so we can have so much fun? So Tiza, thank you for
Imagine.
coming on this platform. I know you've been a fan for some time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and we are here. So thank you so much. And here we are here to encourage girls pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We are here
Yeah.
to showcase role models. Why do we showcase role models? When I was at school, I stumbled in so many areas, and I didn't see anyone who looked like me. My skin here in United States was pursuing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and who was pursuing particularly my career, manufacturing systems engineer. And I stumbled and I thought about how would some other people feel. So I thought of, having a girls for STEM where we can encourage girls pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we showcase that. We also encourage girls, show them their endeavors, and we're going to have so much more guys coming up. And we have a website as well, guys. It's girlsforstem.org. Very simple, guys. Visit us on our website. Don't forget. So, Tiza, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Please, would you introduce yourself to my viewers?
All right. Hi, everyone. This is TIZA BANDA Pimple. Yeah, I'm from Zambia and I'm an engineer, specifically a water engineer. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm
Wow.
living in Zambia, Lusaka. Yeah, that's where I'm currently working at the moment.
Wow. Congratulations. Guys, she's in STEM. Yeah,
Yes,
she's in
please.
STEM, guys. Wow, that's so encouraging. Thank you, Engineer Tiza. So,
Thank
Tiza,
you.
how did you start? How did you get in STEM? Can you share with my viewers? How did it start?
Okay, well, okay, it all started from a spark of interest. Yeah, I
Yes.
grew up in a home fathered by an engineer dad
Wow.
and a mom who's a teacher. So,
Yes.
it's growing up seeing
That
him
combination is a bullet right there.
exactly. So,
Yes.
it's growing up seeing him go about his daily work and seeing mom also go about her daily work. So it just sparked this interest in me to say, okay, I can actually do engineering
Yes.
because, I had this curiosity of just like knowing how things work, knowing how
Yes.
things are put together, just being creative and about, yeah. So basically, that's what sparked my interest in STEM. Yes.
Wow. So, how old were you when you realized your dad was an engineer?
I can't really recall, but I think as early as 7. As early
Yes.
as 7. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Because
if I
I
may
got
ask,
to, mhm.
which profession was he?
Oh, he's in the mining industry. So he's a
Wow.
mining engineer.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so cool. And I've seen that most engineers or doctors, their kids also mimic them.
Yes,
That's what
exactly.
happens, yeah, guys. So, yeah, and then to encourage girls pursue STEM, guys, remember we really don't have to be specialized. You don't have to be a specialty, but just to spark the interest. So there are so many ways of sparking interest. Sometimes, like Tiza is saying, she sees her dad as a role model. Like, she's curious, what does he do? What is this? So that could also spark interest. So interest can spark in so many ways. And while we're going to hear Tiza how she navigated her STEM. So after you know that your dad is an engineer, so right away you are
Mm-hmm.
just in tuned to be an engineer, right? Oh, sorry, we are almost losing her. Oh, okay, yeah. So Tiza
I'm
was
here.
saying, yes. So I was saying, so now that your dad is an engineer. So how did it start now? Everything starts changing. You want to pursue engineering. So could you share with my viewers how now you are navigating from primary school to high school until when you go to the university? How was it?
Okay. So starting off as just somebody who had this curiosity to just see things work, put things
Yes,
together, be
yes,
creative. When I was early in let me just say my studies, that's like primary school,
yes.
my parents recognized to say I had that spark in
In engineering.
engineering and
Yes.
anything to do with it. So, it's the toys that I would get. The toys that I
Really?
would get wouldn't be like those, and they're like, no. They'd give
Yes,
me, those small spanners, the
yes,
toolkits, yes.
yes,
So they encouraged me in that way to just say, okay, I'm doing this. So even studying, they would
yes.
encourage me to study so hard, to take up STEM related subjects, science, math,
Mm-hmm.
English. Yes.
Yes,
So as time went by, it became easier for me to even take up STEM courses even in secondary school, like additional math,
yes, yes.
advanced physics, chemistry, all those things. Yeah. So until I got to college and did
Mhm.
water engineering, graduated 2019, and I'm
Wow.
now practicing engineering, and they've still been encouraging me. So it's been all about family and all that.
Yes. So how does it feel to be an engineer finally when you graduated in 2019?
It feels great. It feels really, really, really great. You get
Wow.
to meet different kind of people around. You get to network with actually different professions in STEM
Yes,
because
yes,
STEM is kind of a broad network where we have doctors, we have accountants too because it's math related.
yes.
Yes, so it's been exciting. It's been exciting.
Wow. Guys, she is in STEM. Wow, that's
Yes.
really interesting. And guys, I want to share, I also graduated in 2019. And
Wow.
yes, and I would like to urge women that, guys, you can remember we've had visitors who have switched, or I guess who have switched from other careers to engineering. I pursued engineering at a very later age, and
Mm-hmm.
so anyone can do it. So I was in Zambia. That's where I pursued. I was at Evelyn Horn College, guys. I pursued production management there. I didn't have an opportunity to go to University of Zambia. I really, really wanted to go there, but I didn't do well exactly in English. So I was asked to, like, I decided like I can rewrite it, but I rewrote it by British. I think the British were given, British libraries used to give English a second chance for those that wanted to write. I passed, but at that time there was no that combination where they can take the transcript, combine them, you go to the university. So it was so challenging, but that still kept it was on my mind. But when I came to United States, I was given that opportunity and privilege, but at a later stage, guys. So anyone can pursue STEM at a later age. It doesn't have to be like you've given up all completely. And guys,
Yes.
it's not as terrible as some people think it is. You can do it, guys. So wow, I just wanted to comment that I also graduated in 2019, guys. Not too long. So
Uh-huh.
all you have to do is make sure if you are a student, try to work, try to get internship, try to do research as much as possible, so that when you graduate, you right away you are a good candidate for the job employers want to see you. So wow, that's interesting, Tiza. So Tiza,
Yeah.
my other question is, what challenges have you had from the time you decided you want to be an engineer up to where you are? Because sometimes when people see it, they think it's all okay. They know there are challenges, but how did you overcome them?
Okay. So my main challenge, I think, from the time I started practicing engineering
Yes,
was age.
yes,
You know, there were times whereby you get to a board, you're presenting something,
yes.
then somebody looks at you and says, oh,
Like,
okay,
what does she
okay,
know?
this young girl and plus a lady, okay, what does she know? We've been in this industry for years. What can she
Oh,
bring
yes,
us? Yes,
exactly.
so that was my major challenge
Yes.
beginning. Yeah. my career, because by then I hadn't yet gotten this momentum of practice. I was still a
Yes,
bit
and the
shy,
confidence and
trying to, yes,
talking. And
exactly.
you know
So
what,
you
Tiz,
have a,
I'll tell engineers, guys, come we talk here where we can make mistakes,
of
we can learn
course.
from each other, just feel
Mhm.
free. Yes,
Yes,
continue.
exactly. Yes, so it was a challenge basically when it comes to practicing. But then I got to realize to say if I had to be passionate about this career, I had to seek help from my seniors in
Yes,
practice.
yes. We're losing her a little bit, guys. Hang in there. She'll be back. Hopefully she can come back. Wow, guys, she's really sharing very interesting information, which we all go through, especially when you start a new job or even just going in at the university in engineering. um, we go through so let's wait for her to come back. So guys, we go through that fear, we go through just the nervousness of thinking, will I make it? There you are. Continue, Tiza.
Sorry about that.
That's
Oh,
okay.
yes, sure. So I was talking about networking with seniors in profession. That gave
Yes,
me the confidence to just navigate through the early stages of my career. And of course,
yes,
you can't know everything at once. So there were times where you get to be presented with a certain problem and you aren't really well learned about it. So I had to
yes,
get back to my notes most of the times, just
which
struggle
is
and read
okay.
through. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Struggle and read through, then get back up and seek guidance from my seniors. And I think that was how I really managed my major challenge, which was like being young in the career, you know. Yes.
You know what? Just to share with you, when you
Uh,
said, especially something to do with presentation. So I remember when I started working, where I
yeah.
work right now. So my boss asked me to do a presentation. So I did that presentation. Then he said, "Oh, let's change some things," and then we put some
Mhm.
notes. On the PowerPoint at the bottom, you put
Yes.
some notes for yourselves. Let's do this. Let's do this. So since we're in
Mhm.
a hurry and we were supposed to finish, but I had time, but I don't know how I forgot. So when we went into the boardroom, because I one of the meetings I drive them and their managers there, the director is there. So I start presenting. Oh my God,
Mhm.
when I opened the PowerPoint, I see the notes. I wanted to die. I was like, oh my God, how did I forget about this? So I was telling him, like, oh, I'm so sorry. And, because everybody knows, very, very welcome. They're like, oh no, don't worry, things like that. So I
Yeah.
was I felt so, but they were like, no, don't worry. But they're very
Mhm.
supportive, especially they know you
Yeah.
are a new person, you are learning, so they want to make you feel comfortable. And
Mhm.
these are men, so
Yes.
they are there to rally for us and to help us. Make sure we can succeed. So now I'm very careful. I make sure, did I check it? Did I remove all this?
Yes, exactly.
So I really do
I got
understand.
you.
Wow, yeah. So we
Uh-huh.
go through so many challenges, guys, as engineers and as we are also growing in the field. And the other thing, it's sometimes to air your views, especially when the men are talking. That's the other challenge we also face. Is it
Yes,
because
exactly.
voice is little sharp and mild? Have you
Uh-huh.
experienced that? You're trying to give a
Yes,
point,
I
but then
have.
you're
And it gets worse when they actually notice to say, okay, she's shy.
she's and sometimes I just saw, as I was talking, and then you continue. Sometimes you pause, they're like, how is my voice? Sometimes I'm like, is my voice so tiny? Are they hearing me? So sometimes,
Exactly.
we go through that. But guys,
Mhm.
that's how we push, that's how we get to learn from each other. So we have to discuss these things, guys, so we can empower ourselves. And also, if
Mhm.
men are here, they know, they feel us, they're like, okay. And sometimes
Yes.
men, I see, they always remind in the meeting, they'll always say, oh no, I think she was saying something, because they are learning now that sometimes
Yes,
men,
of course.
they talk over us. So now they are
Mhm.
they're like, oh, I think, maybe like Tiza was saying something. What did you say? So I see that
Yes.
even, where we are all the time, that they are conscious of that. Wow. That's so interesting what you're sharing, Tiza. We branched off. It was interesting just to put in some few things here and there.
It did. It
Yeah.
did.
So the other question I have, Tiza, so since you are an engineer now and there are girls out there, so what would
Mhm.
you say to some of the girls that are growing up in underprivileged areas, other countries that don't have resources, and also maybe the privileges that you had, especially you had a dad, an engineer, that you already was an engineer. So what about those parents? Let's imagine someone in a rural area. How can they become engineers? What can you say to those parents who have those kids? How can they pursue STEM?
Okay, so to the parents, I think the only thing I can really say to them is they have to give room to their children to explore their interests. Yeah, we can't just say no because as a parent, I'm an engineer, she has to be an engineer because she's my child. No, we
Mhm.
have to introduce them to environments that are neutral enough
Yes,
to see them willingly take up interests that's that will spark their minds. Yes.
yes,
And again, once we like just notice to say, okay, my child is interested in maybe math or account or anything, we try and encourage them by, of course, introducing them to now spaces that support them being like more interested in the same cause and actually start practicing at an early stage. Yes,
yes.
because as I mentioned, I was just young, but then the toys I would get would, keep reminding me to say, okay, this is my direction.
Mm.
Yes, so that even by the time they get to be in school, they get to choose subjects.
Yes,
They'll willingly choose subjects that are related to STEM, not because you told them to, but because they want to. And that will make it easier for them to even like navigate through STEM even at their early stage. So that's for the parents. We just
yes,
have to support them. Then always, of course, parents always go out of their way to just make sure we're okay, to make sure we're doing our best. Yeah, just encourage the studies, encourage them interacting with people who are in STEM, introduce them to friends who are in STEM, to events which encourage STEM, and also to some YouTube channels. I come
yes,
across some YouTube channels for toddlers in
yes,
STEM, cartoons that are made, for kids in STEM. Those things really help us, yes. And
yes,
to the children, to, girls out there, guys out there, of course, it's not all about the girls at the moment. It's just that, as you mentioned earlier in the live
mm,
stream, you said,
yes,
of course, we have boys who would like to do STEM, but we have more girls who are not doing STEM at the moment.
hmm,
So no wonder we're trying to push more girls, to encourage more girls to take up STEM related careers.
yes,
Yes. So for those girls who would like to be in STEM but don't really have the opportunities like scholarships and the like, you know, once you're curious, there's always something that drives you to just go out of your way and make sure you get what you want.
yes,
In college, I just didn't end with water engineering. There's something that kept on sparking my interest, even as I started practicing engineering.
yes,
So I got to, browse through Google. There's some sites that offer free lessons like Udemy,
yes,
Coursera,
yes,
Allison. Take up
mhm,
courses on those sites and just, get learning, get practicing, take up internship opportunities. Some companies offer voluntary internships, by the way. Take
mhm,
up those, the learning on site jobs, you can take
yes,
up those too. They are available. So just to push yourself to take up careers in STEM, you have to also be willing and put yourself out there for those who can easily help you out to support you. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Oh my God, Tiza, you are so rounded up. You got this. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
You
much.
gave very good advice. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And I like
Mhm.
when you talk about how they can use resources around us
Mhm.
that can help us. venture into STEM,
Yeah.
YouTube. I always say, we have YouTube, we have social media is a good thing, guys, when it's
Yeah.
used wisely. I know some
Yes.
people have a negative feeling about social media. This is social media that we are using here. Is this bad? No.
Mhm.
So YouTube can be very resourceful if you use it wisely. On this same YouTube, there are other things that are being done that are not resourceful, especially to our young people. And as you
Yes.
you see most people they are talking about YouTube and social media, uh, especially engineers, in a better way, in a good way. So we have to use social media very wisely, especially YouTube. So,
Yeah.
Tiza, did you have a role model when you were growing up? Who would you say was your role model? So let me go back again. For myself, I really didn't have a role model. I always share with this. I stumbled in so many
Yeah.
ways.
Mhm.
I didn't know somebody who looked like me, somebody who was pursuing particularly this career that I was doing, and I stumbled. It was really
Mhm.
difficult, but something in me kept me going. And I knew, just as an engineer gave me that plus I said there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I know I'll be
Yes.
okay. But it's very
Mhm.
difficult for some students who are coming up, girls who are coming up. So, did you have a role model, Tiza?
Well, I think I can relate to you in more ways than you've mentioned. I didn't have a role model,
Yes,
not really as somebody, maybe an engineer per se. Of course,
yes,
I'm saying I drew my inspiration from seeing dad work, but
yes,
I made it a mandate to say I had to be my role model. Because,
yes,
at that stage, it was all about myself driving me to like just achieve the career I had chose to pursue. Of
yes,
course, I saw, there's other professions around, but those just gave me that confidence to say, okay, if I can do it, you too can do it. So I didn't
yes,
really have a specific person who I said, okay, that's my role model. I'm going to just glue myself to them and see what they do, how they do things. No, I had different people as role models. Yeah. So in
yes,
general, I think everyone I came across through my path, in studies, in pursuing my career was my role model because in some way they taught me something that I now use to just be the best of myself. Yes.
yes,
So for now, I can say I'm my own role model, but then I
yes.
draw inspiration from almost everyone that I network with in my career and also outside my career.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. And what I sense the drive, I sense,
Mhm.
determination. And that's what I
Yeah.
always talk about. In these careers, guys, determination matters. You fall, you get up. I've shared how I also failed in my
Yes.
career, what I went through. And this is to encourage other people that it's not that it won't be hard, it will be hard, and that should not intimidate you. You still have to
Yes.
continue going, you still have to
Yes.
continue pursuing
Exactly.
the career. And I know we are listening again, guys, to TIZA. She's in STEM, she's an engineer, and also she's sharing how she is navigating STEM, guys. If you have
Mhm.
questions for her, feel free, ask her. And we are here to share, how navigating STEM is. So if you guys have questions, it's good to, to ask whatever you want to ask. So, Tiz, I'll give you a few minutes to say, anything that you want to say to the girls, to
Okay.
the channel, anything to my viewers. Please feel free.
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance to say anything.
All right, thank you. Okay, first of all, I've just turned on the comments and I'm seeing Edward Shivani. Hi. I can also see Messi Myra Mugambi, Shivam
Yeah.
Kubi. Wow. It feels good. I can see Victor Frankila. Victor, we've been in the same innovation group here in Zambia. There's an association
Mm-hmm.
for youths in innovation. That's IAS. Yes.
Yes.
So that's like one of the places that just molded me into who I am today. So I can see Victor Frankila there. I can
Yes.
see Daniel S saying Coursera is really good. Wow.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to know I'm
Yes.
not the only one using Coursera to study.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, Cecilia Warrior says, marvelous works. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Magdalene, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what I would just say again is, okay, there's a lot of things I would want to say.
Please
I
feel
guess
free.
we have to do a part two of this one.
Throttle.
Yes, okay, so STEM is something interesting. We just have to, in our ways, can I just say maybe STEM, as I mentioned earlier, is something broad. So we can't just say it's all about engineering. No,
Mm.
it's about accountancy too. We have
Yeah.
science, we have technology. It's a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics
Mm.
venture. So anyone can be in STEM. You can
Yeah.
be a doctor and still be in STEM. You can be an accountant and still be in STEM.
Yes.
It's kind of a broad area where you can, just be your best self in profession.
Mm.
Another thing I would like to say is like for those who haven't had the chance to be like sponsored
Mm.
to study such courses, as I mentioned earlier, we have sites that offer free courses. Of course, most of them have, like Coursera. Coursera
Yeah.
has provision for financial aid. So once you apply with Coursera on a specific course that you want to do, they give you financial aid to just study freely and also get certification. We
Yes.
have Allison, we have Udemy, just to mention a few. So
Mm.
just take in interest into studying things that spark your interest. You can't just, of course, we have this notion of saying, but is this course, like, what's the salary range for this course? Of course, salary
Yeah.
matters, but
Mm.
then what's most important is your drive to practice in that field. It's your
Yes.
drive to solve problems in that field. I recall Dr. Ngawani mentions to
Yes.
say it's not all about prestige. Okay, I have the engineer title to my name. No, it's
Yes.
about the problem solving skills that you're going to have as you practice engineering. It's about the
Yes.
problem solving skills you have similarly as you practice any other career that you choose. So I would like to encourage everyone who like to take STEM to spot a problem
Mm-hmm.
that, for example, the community around them is facing, for
Yes.
example, the nation as a whole is facing, spot a problem
Mm-hmm.
and find ways of solving that problem. I think that's what's all about STEM and practicing STEM. It's about finding solutions to major problems that we're facing at the moment. It's about making lives better. Because,
Better.
of course, water engineering as my profession is, it's about ensuring the safe water, clean water everywhere, the safe water, enough water in the farms that are producing the foods. So it's basically about problem solving. And once you just have maybe a drive and that inner zeal to solve problems, you'll be able to find yourself aligned in the path that you would even like take up as a career. So don't beat yourself up and say, which one am I going to choose? There's
Yes.
engineering, but there's civil engineering. Okay, there's computer science. Which one can I do? I really want to do engineering, but I don't know which one. So just follow what sparks your interest. That's
Mm.
really important even when choosing a career path, because that's the only thing that's going to give you the drive to wake up every day and go to work with a smile on your face and just, you know, save the day as always. So, yeah, that's all I'd like to say.
Thank you so much. Wow, guys, that was TIZA. We really, really do appreciate. We, glad she's here, and she has shared how she's navigating STEM. Thank you, TIZA. We hope you can come again and share with us how you're
Oh,
doing.
sure.
She's making our lives better by
Of course.
she's an engineer in the waterworks, and she's making
Yeah.
our lives better. Remember, guys, engineers, we are here to make our lives better, to innovate things. So there are so
Mm.
many types of engineering fields that we can do and where we can work. So thank you so much, and we
Thank you
hope
for
you can.
having me.
We hope you can come again and share with us. Guys, we've reached to the end of the program. We can go on and on,
We
but
sure can go on.
I know there's just so, which we don't mind. But guys, thank you so much for coming. We really do appreciate. And I would like to say thank you so much for all my guests that came. I really enjoyed talking to you, engineers, smart people, and women making it in this world. And thank you to technology that makes us help us communicate and feel at home, especially at this stage. YouTube and things like that. Thank you, guys. And ciao, ciao. Bye, TIZA.
Bye bye.
Bye.